2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, everybody. We got a bunch of June bugs in the house today. Welcome back to the Corridor Digital Podcast. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And who do we got on the cast today? Who's that guy over there? We got Matt Cairns.
Oh, there he is.
There he is. Oh, I didn't know you were here.
Hey,
we got all the cool kids today.
See ya over there. We've got Nick Laurent.
That's my little catchphrase that I say. That's
goofy cat
what
face.
bugs say. It's my bug catchphrase.
That's my little bug catchphrase.
And of course, we have Jordan Coleman, everybody.
Hello.
Oh, that's so cool.
Okay, cool. That's cool.
I just came back from a peace rally in San Francisco.
Oh, yeah.
You're making us
Jordan
look even
just
cooler
got
over
back
there.
from a peace rally, as Matt just got back from Joshua Tree. There's a lot going on. We got some spooky stories we're gonna talk about, but before we get into that, the spookiest story of all, guys, the consumer price index is at an all-time. Well, not an all-time, but a very high inflation high, 8.5%. Yeah, terrifying, 8.5%. That means that the cost of goods is 8.5% higher than it was a year ago.
That's why I'm seeing less money in my bank account.
Yes,
that's why I'm house poor.
Yep. So me and my friend, I have a friend named Matt. He's not this Matt. I mean, we're friends too, but you know, yeah. I have another friend named Matt who's a pilot, and Matt has been doing something to combat inflation. Okay, right? So it's like, okay, people get poorer a lot quicker when there's inflation. So what do? We got to slow it down. He's a pilot. He travels all around. What he does is he keeps with him at all times a bunch of $2 bills, and he gives those out. Because when you give somebody a $2 bill, they have more of a tendency to remember who you are than if you just use a normal bill. And so not only do people remember you better, but also what do people do with $2 bills? I mean, as soon as you get one, exactly,
they frame them
you
on
save
their walls.
Exactly. You put it in a drawer and you're like, hey, remember that's the one time I got the $2 bill. That's a rare one. And they're therefore taking money out of the economy, slowing it down $2 at a time.
How dare they?
Yeah, you're
I mean,
right.
it begs the question, if you save a bill that would never have been spent before anyway, does it still help the economy? You know,
$2 at a time, I think
guess
it
time
does.
will tell, you know. That's an
time will
interesting
tell,
tactic, though.
Yeah,
I feel like he's going to need a lot of $2 bills to slow this one down.
So I get a lot of $2. I get a lot of $2 bills because every time I go sit at the Americana, someone comes up to me, puts a phone in front of my face, and they go, "Hey, can I write a Yelp review from your name? I'll give you $2."
What?
Bill.
Wait,
I get a $2 bill every time I go to the mall.
Wait, what the what?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Now that's spooky.
So Americana is
someone hacking Americana reviews?
No, it's like it's their own personal. Like, say if all of you guys are at the Americana, and I have a shoe business or something, or I sell juice. I come up to you and I go, "Hey, can you write a review about me and my company? I'll give you $2 bill." And every time I just go like this, just you write it from my phone. And
is it one person doing it?
Yeah.
Is it the same person or multiple people?
Right.
Wait,
I've
so
gotten
Jake's
3 $2 bills in one day.
Jake's Matt Plain Guy strats are someone else is using this.
Somebody else is onto it. Somebody else has discovered the technique.
I'm sorry to say, but like old train dads have been handing out $2 bills for
where do you
generations,
get them?
You know?
What are train dads?
Like dads who wear sneakers and collect and train models and they just love being the life of the party. They're super nice guys.
Is that the life of the party?
Yeah, but they love $2 bills. It's like, hey, I'm just gonna make a dent socially. You know,
okay.
I'm gonna make my mark.
It's a conversation starter.
It is exactly.
You know?
It is.
Yeah.
Wait, Jake, maybe you know this, maybe not. Where do you go about finding and procuring these $2 bills? Where do you get so many?
Literally get them from any bank.
Yeah.
You just walk in there and
every bank
for
has
$2 notes. Yeah.
Can I just get two?
You just ask for it.
Can I get these ones into 1, 2?
And dollar coins exist too. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, you can just do that? That's pretty
You
crazy.
can go and be
I
like,
think-
yo, give me a
I think
coin.
Banks are required to keep a certain maybe not, but I mean, they're obviously required by the Federal Reserve to hold a certain amount of reserve currency, but I don't know if that has to be in certain denominations across the, different types of paper money you can carry.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Wow, so it's pretty easy then, huh?
Rare money.
It's like rare money that's absolutely not rare at all. That you can just walk
something
to
tells
any
me
bank
I can't
and
go
get
just ask for
immediately.
$52 bills.
You could. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you literally could do it, and they'd probably have it.
Give me a $50 bill, and I'll go see what I can do.
Let's get
I'm
some
about
twos.
to. Yeah, I want to try this out.
You're gonna go turn a 50 into 25 twos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
It sounds like a great waste of money.
I'm already
And
like
I'm
a
in for
train
it.
dad, basically,
You get the
because I
money
carry dollar coins.
Yeah. There you
Oh,
go.
you do?
You're
Okay.
already a coin
Okay,
guy.
here's another. I was going through the airport security the other day, and one of the ladies, I think she was having a bad morning. It was very early, but I keep quarters on me because quarters are useful.
Quarters are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes.
And this lady, I was like I carry a decent amount of stuff on me when I go through the airport, but it's all stuff that I use, especially when you're living that dad life. Like you're going to have the 50-cent pieces.
Yeah.
You're going to have the $2 bills. You're going to have the quarters. And she was kind of upset at me for having so many things in my pockets. She was like, overkill. It's that's what she said to me. Yeah. As I was going through, I didn't say anything back. I just kind of went, yep. That's what I carry. Because I didn't want to make her morning any worse. It seemed like, it wasn't going well. So, but it made me think of that because, if you carry 50-cent pieces, you better watch out, Nick. Somebody might call you out on that.
Yeah, you can hear me coming a mile away. Just that jingle jangle,
Yeah.
It's like, oh, there's Nick. He must have like $2 on him.
Imagine
right now.
being at a grocery
Janglers.
store and paying for something in all coins.
Yeah, no, it would really just.
And I
ruin
was the
someone's
worker,
day.
I'd be pissed.
Yeah, it's not cool.
Are you carrying those Sacagawea dollars on
Yeah,
you,
bro,
dude?
and it's cool because like they're mint and like again, it's just like if I'm going to like I always keep some money in my car if I need tacos, right? Street tacos.
Oh yeah, good
only
idea.
cash.
Naturally.
They take cash
B,
out, bro.
Just wanna hand out $1 or so to a homeless person because those are very frequent. It's like tacos and homeless people.
Yeah.
You
go
need
hand in hand.
That's the only reason I need cash.
This is the most LA thing ever, by the way.
I mean,
Why don't you give the
Tacos and
tacos to the homeless
yeah,
people?
that is very LA. I realize. That
I
now.
did start carrying quarters because of how many people solicited me for change when I was walking around.
There you go.
And I always had quarters because I do spend money in cash occasionally, somewhat regularly. And so I figured it was, hey, why not?
I feel like in LA with the prices, even like if you give a homeless person a quarter, that's like a spit in the face. It's like
They can get anything.
Not gonna do
like
anything.
what are you gonna do with that? But like a
Dude,
gold
are
dollar
you kidding
coin,
me,
a golden
son?
shiny
No, you can't get
dollar
anything with a
coin?
quarter.
That's
Even like
beautiful.
fast food. Like what?
Yeah,
you,
of
course you can't. Of course you can't get anything for
menu.
a quarter, but you're not. They're not just asking you either.
I know. It's definitely more interesting to give a couple like gold coins. And
Oh,
be
yeah.
like, hey,
That's very
buy yourself
interesting.
something nice.
I
I'd
don't
be like,
keep cash or
Buy
coins.
shit, I can't do
yourself
anything.
something nice.
I can't do
Yeah, and it's
anything
like,
with
do the
this.
flex.
Literally, I'd want food to
I
survive.
think that. I don't. Yeah. Like buy
No.
yourself something nutritious is probably what I should say.
Buy yourself. Just keep surviving,
Yeah.
buddy.
Get some lettuce.
No.
Use
Water
real
bottles.
money.
You can also carry water bottles, like because like clean water is
Oh yeah.
probably more useful to hand out. So.
True. I
that is
have done that. I've
Yeah.
given I've had Red Bulls in my car, and I would give a homeless person a Red Bull.
Mhm.
Ecstatic they were.
They should start taking card, honestly. If a homeless
Homeless
person is like, ask me for some money and I walk by them and I'm like, I don't have anything.
They'd
I'm
have
sorry.
to save up enough
And
to
they're
get
like-
that little chip thing.
And they're like,
I got the Square app. I got the
sorry
Square
guys,
app.
curveball.
Can you,
I'd take card. I'd be like, yeah, okay, all right. You
Right.
got me there. You got me.
I do it.
It's a thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Taco
sure.
trucks, man, they all take Zelle or Cash App nowadays.
No, not
Yeah,
the
they
good
do.
ones.
Come on, man. Where are you going? Where are you
I'm
going?
going to the dirtiest,
Dust.
grungiest, dustiest
Oh,
taco
no.
stand right down the street.
Those got the best ones.
I'm right outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like pull out my card. They're like, you don't fucking do that here.
Yeah.
And
You don't.
yeah.
It's like a
so
slap in the face.
walk down
Well,
the gas station.
Yeah, yeah.
If
Get
they
your
want
dirty
money, they'll
money.
open that Zelle
Get
account.
your dirty dollar bills.
Dirty dollars.
And use them on your delicious tacos.
No, I'm gonna get my
okay?
nice shiny gold coins, Jake. Okay.
I'd have to go to the bank. I haven't been there in
Yeah, I don't think I've been to a bank.
almost probably a year.
Jordan's never been in a bank.
It's like online banking, baby.
Online banking life, baby.
There's an app for everything.
I don't need no $2 bills.
No.
Don't we
There's
have
an
like
app for a guy who will go to the bank for you.
Honestly, dude, that would be so useful because, like, what are the bank hours? Bank hours are the same as work hours. It's fucked.
That's probably why I haven't been. And then you can't go on Sundays. On Saturday, by the time you even think of doing the bank activity,
get out of
it's
here.
closed.
Get out of here. Who's going to the bank on a Saturday?
Only bums can afford to go to the bank, but then they don't have anything to do.
They can't
They don't have any money at the bank.
Messed
They
up.
can't make any deposits.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, maybe they can. A couple
Unless
coins.
they had a card.
A couple
if they have a
quarters.
credit
Or a
card.
couple coins. I'm just saying.
If they acquire a,
We digress. All I'm saying is, with inflation, inflation affects all people, even people who are asking for change. So maybe just think about getting a dollar coin instead of quarters.
It affects the poorest the most, my friends. That's the main reason why it is the biggest problem.
All jokes aside.
But
scary.
That was just my introductory horror story. Matt, I want to hear about this spooky Joshua Tree experience. Tell us all about it, my friend.
Joshua
of course. Tree. So I went to Joshua Tree last weekend. Oh, sorry, Nick.
We're talking about very LA sentences. I think you just topped me.
Nick's got a lot of fun facts about Joshua trees.
It just so happens I have some really crappy Joshua tree facts.
Well, you hold on to those.
Okay,
we'll get to those later.
You just wink at me when you need one. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure the folks at home really want to know about all of your fun facts about Joshua trees.
Such an LA thing.
Yeah, I went to Joshua Tree for my birthday this weekend. And it was really fun. I haven't been before. I'm an Orlando boy, and I have lived here for like 4 years. So I hadn't actually been out there. And it's a cool little spot. It's a desert. It's very hot, and it's very cold at night. And the stars are insane. It's as dark as I've ever experienced a nighttime.
Damn.
Seriously. No, well, I was a little scared because it's so dark.
Yeah, you got lost. Tell me you got lost. I got lost.
I
got lost in the daytime, actually. We went on a hike, and this is a side story that I'm now going to tell. The day of the night where it all happened.
It's a dark and stormy.
We were on this trail, and it just turned into a bunch of rocks and stuff. And people just started disappearing, and we didn't see any any kind of like indication that we were on a trail or anything. And we kind of start to realize that we're super lost.
Right.
And we're like, should we like keep going forward or keep going back? And then we couldn't figure out which way was forward or back. And then we're like, oh, we're actually lost now.
Yeah. Were you on drugs?
No, not for this part of the story.
Okay.
This part of the story, no.
No.
So yeah, because this is in the daytime still. All right. So, but we're walking around and just hoping that we can find like, the trail or whatever it is. And then out of nowhere, this big, like bushy haired, old, like prospector looking guy with a cane comes out of absolutely nowhere.
Did he ask you for golden dollar coins?
But I wish he did.
Whoa.
I wish he had some on him.
A
That probably would have been real gold.
Yeah, he probably did have
prospector.
Wait.
Where are we?
Meet a leprechaun.
Okay.
That was a leprechaun.
Continue.
Look,
I want to hear about this mountain
instead
man.
of beating him up and robbing him of his gold, we asked him for directions, and he was like, "Oh, boys, I'll do you one better. I'll take you back down the trail, and we'll get you home free."
Mm-hmm.
And so the man walked us with his little cane back to shelter.
So where does he live?
Wow.
I would love to.
And
know.
it literally was not the trail at all. We got very lucky that we found this old prospector man
that lives on the trail.
That was just like,
you found Joshua.
We found maybe these are his trees. Yeah. Maybe he knew of all the trees.
So is there a second part to the story?
Can we go back? How did you get lost?
Well, by simply the trail that we went on it was very poorly marked. It was a poorly marked trail. So, and we kind of were like excited about doing bouldering stuff. We were like climbing a bunch of rocks and stuff. And so we kind of forgot that there were four of us, but we weren't really totally paying attention to the trail itself.
All right, guys, just remember to get back to camp, you turn right at the Joshua tree.
Okay? Yeah, exactly.
You just turn right.
Always keep the Joshua trees on the left. Turns out they're on the right too. Shit.
They're everywhere.
So this guy, this angel, just appears out of nowhere and guides you guys back to camp.
This bearded angel, this furry angel. A bearded leprechaun, whatever, what have you. Yeah. Anyway, that's not even part of the story because then night fell. Okay. And we're by the campfire. Now we took an RV out. All right. So we have an RV kind of campsite.
Great way to do it. Great way to do it.
Yeah, it is. It's awesome. It's within the park, so it's as dark as it can get. Right. We were actually in one of the darker parts of the park too, just so we can see as many of the stars as possible. Yeah. So the campfire had gone out at this point. And we're just like laying on this big rock and looking up at the stars, contemplating our lives and things.
As you do.
As we do. Maybe on drugs, maybe not. We don't know. We'll leave that part ambiguous.
High on life.
We were high on life.
Yeah.
And sudden, out of nowhere, and it was pretty far away, we heard this scream. And it was like, kind of sounded like a human, like a kid. A young like girl or boy screaming. And we were just like, man, maybe they're just messing around over there. But then we heard it 5 minutes later again, and it was slightly closer this time. And we were like, is it a kid? Because it sounds a little like Banshee-esque. It sounds like some animal human hybrid. And then pretty much 5 minutes later, it happened again, and it was even closer.
Okay.
And then another one came from a different side of us. So it was like there were like several of them around us, it seemed like.
Really?
Or it was moving really quickly and circling us. And at that point, we were like, all right, boys, I think we should get to the RV and probably finish this night off. It
sounded like it was circling your boulder.
It was either there were either multiple of whatever it was, or it was like getting closer to us and moving around.
It's learning.
And like, I don't know, it still sounded human, which is the weird part.
Do you have chills, Nick?
Even when it was closer,
a little bit. I just got a little one.
Yeah, even when it got closer, it didn't sound like an animal.
You don't know what it was still?
No, we didn't see it. We didn't know what it was. It sounded human.
When you got off the rock, there was nothing
indicating. Are there cougars out there?
I don't know.
There's coyotes. There's lots of coyotes.
Coyotes. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that it was a mountain lion because they do that.
Yeah, they'll like
circle.
shriek.
Yeah, I know they do. Yeah,
they'll sound. Yeah, they'll especially like the whole like imitating like the sound of an injured child.
Hold on.
Hold on. Oh, that's scary because it was pretty close to us.
Yeah, it very well could have been. Yeah.
Oh man, that's freaking me out a little
Noise travels a lot out there though too.
What's
by
that?
the way? Noise travels a lot out there too though.
Yeah.
I don't know how close it was, but
it sounded like it was getting pretty close. Yeah.
Hold on.
It's probably a good thing you went in the RV.
Yeah, we effed off.
That sounds like a mountain lion.
I think Nick's trying to play the sounds of a.
Oh my god!
Was it like that?
It was.
Okay. Put it up to the microphone. I can't hear it.
Put it up to that.
It did sound like that. Okay, it was a mountain lion.
You almost got 8, bud.
That's real life spooky.
I'm trying to get it louder. It's just not.
It doesn't get louder.
It doesn't go louder.
Folks, just look up
that. It's a really like
shrieks of a mountain lion
sound though.
Ooh.
It sounded like that. That's why it was really scary. It's freaking us out, man.
Yeah, I guess they sound really eerie.
Yeah.
Here, I'm gonna put you back on my little head.
Now I don't know if they have evolved to make noises like that because primates are their natural prey, or if there's another reason for it, but definitely sounds eerie to humans, that's for sure.
Well, let me just drop a little Joshua Tree fact here.
Yes, Nick has a collection of Joshua Tree facts.
Fact number 5, Joshua Tree has 57 mammal species.
Oh,
wow.
57.
So,
one of those probably might have killed us.
Yeah.
Eaten us alive.
And coyotes, there's a lot of coyotes, cottontail rabbits. I'm not seeing anything about... you'll occasionally find a mountain lion, a bobcat, a black bear, and a cheeky coyote.
A cheeky
coyote too.
Yeah,
bobcats
so I mean, there's all sorts of screaming mammals out there.
There's I don't want any of them.
We should start a softball league called the Screaming Mammals.
Screaming Mammals.
We're a bunch of screaming mammals.
Did you hear or see any coyotes, Matt?
What?
Did you hear or see any coyotes?
I'm not sure.
Because that's all I saw.
I'm not sure what I heard and saw. I didn't see any.
I think we dissected it, and it's a mountain lion.
Good. What? What words came out of your mouth?
Mountain lion.
Mountain lion. You dissected it as a mountain lion.
When did you go out there, Jordan?
Last year on my birthday.
Yeah, okay. I copied her.
Yeah, Matt
without realizing it.
And you heard groups of coyotes?
Yeah, me and Mina were actually lost.
Oh,
because we decided to leave our compound and walk.
Whoa. What's with everyone getting lost?
Well, okay.
It's pretty easy out there.
Okay. I got lost at night where I couldn't see anything.
Ooh, that's way worse.
Yeah. No,
Clearly.
It's worse the fact that you got lost in the day because you can like see landmarks.
Yeah.
I couldn't see anything.
Old prospector got to bedtime. He ain't going to be rescuing you at night.
I feel like that prospector was not alive. I feel like he died like 100 years ago. You know,
he's a soul.
Did I tell two spooky
you
stories?
Definitely ran into the soul of an old prospector.
Yeah,
definitely.
I didn't. But you know that there's a Joshua Tree serial killer.
I literally just read that. That's fact 9.
That's
right?
fact number 8.
No, it's fact number 9.
People. We were told that right before we went up there. We're like, sick.
Oh,
like, but we already got the Airbnb.
Right before you leave.
But yeah, people come. They don't come back.
Does he still keep on killing?
Does he still?
Are you sure about this? Are you sure about this?
Yeah,
this is a real thing.
What's the facts?
I gotta look
at the
facts,
boy.
All right. The quick version of William Key's life. All right. He started running scams at Scotty's Castle in Death Valley. After doing time for that, he began working a mining operation in Joshua Tree. When the mine owner went bankrupt, Keyes took the equipment as back pay and created his own homestead. Blah, 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 blah. A long simmering feud with another homesteader landed Keyes in jail again. This time for murder. He was acquitted on a technicality. That's where you come in, Jake. But the tour guides will tell you with a wink and a nudge that everyone knows he did it. So it could have been the ghost of him. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the serial killer?
Wait a minute.
No.
I'm just saying.
I'm reading another name for the Joshua Tree serial killer. I guess this is hotly contended.
There's multiple killers.
Maybe William Keyes was not a serial killer. I think he was more of just a killer.
There's a man who was sent to San Quentin.
Ooh.
After being convicted of killing 5 women in California and Utah. There's one guy that did that, but then here's some Reddit talk, guys. Some hotly debated Reddit talk. Is there any truth to this serial killer rumor I've been hearing in Joshua Tree?
Is
it I'm not going to even open the Reddit article to see what kind of nonsense is in there, because that's...
I mean, it's obviously 100% factual.
Yes.
Yeah.
But a 35-year-old man was found dead in January at the base of a popular rock climbing spot. I wonder how that happened.
Oh boy.
Was there a weapon found?
I don't know. Let's see.
Foul play.
Was it foul play or was it like a classic?
Like, who done it?
Hikers die all the time.
Body was discovered a short distance from Hidden Valley Nature Trail.
A girl was just.
I mean, if you go out to the desert and you're not used to being in the desert and you're on drugs and you wander off from camp, it's really easy to get dehydrated and like pass out, and then you can die.
Or
really
that's
easily.
what they tell people what happened.
A friend
that's what the serial killers tell people.
A friend said that the victim was free solo climbing without ropes or harnesses.
Okay, but was there any grease at the scene? Maybe someone greased their hands.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume that the most plausible case here, I'm gonna assume that it was not a serial killer.
But there is a serial killer.
I'm
out.
We could find
According
out.
to Reddit. According to Reddit, there are some rumors of a serial killer in Joshua Tree. Now, if we all lived our lives according to Reddit, the world would be number 3 horrific place.
What's number 1 and 2?
That's right.
Well, we went through inflation and then Joshua Tree, and then now the third horror of this podcast is everyone lived their life according to what people say on Reddit.
What's the fourth?
That is horrific.
Is that our countdown? Is this? What's fourth?
What if we made a sequel to Yes Man that was you just did everything people told you to on Reddit?
Oh man.
Starring Jim Carrey.
You know, that would be a really interesting social experiment YouTube video.
Yeah.
I did everything people suggested I do on Reddit for 1 week. Here's what happened.
That's kind of
starting
fun.
with I was apparently domestically abused growing up.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
Cool. I'm in. I'll do it.
The bowling alley animations.
Yeah,
that's what sparked that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Do you guys want another cool Joshua Tree fact?
Of course.
Yes. Yeah.
Number 3.
Hit us with the last one.
This one's really going to blow your mind. Joshua Tree National Park is big and wild.
Dude, these AI articles.
No,
big and wild.
Okay. Fun fact about Joshua Tree, it's so much bigger than what you can possibly see.
No. You can't even see it all in one look.
It's way bigger than that.
You fucking idiot.
You can't even see it all in one glance.
What the
Oh man, that's rich.
Please
okay, this list sucks.
Does it say you idiot?
Is this what they're trying to get people to come, like visit with?
Oh man, I don't know. This is probably
they're like, book your hotel now.
Yeah, right. Please book. It's probably
this is another one of those AI articles that Nico was talking about on the podcast like 2 weeks ago. We were talking about how these things have been specifically these blogs have been specifically designed now to publish AI written articles to answer like top search inquiries of 2022.
Just to like drive traffic to their site.
Yeah, just to get the traffic, but it's not any information. Yeah, it's not any real information.
You must.
I'm starting to see these. I don't know if I'm seeing these more and more because of they're becoming more common, or if I'm just seeing them more because I'm now aware of them.
You heard about what happened? What was that publication? It was like, was it IGN or something that was like offering like $20 for like people to write articles.
Oh, they've been
like,
I don't know anything about that.
And
it
take
was this
surveys.
whole thing. Yeah. It was like, yo, you want to be a freelance journalist? We'll give you like $20 and $50 if it's really good. Like that's, of course they're having AIs do it. I mean, who wants to write for that?
Amazon is doing something like that too, right?
I'm sure.
What is that program called? Amazon has
Amazon Marketplace.
From
is Chuck Tingle just an Amazon AI?
It's very possible, actually. Chuck Tingle.
Okay, 7.
Well, yeah, what do you got?
Joshua Tree is a dark sky park.
Oh.
It is.
It is indeed.
What the frick does that
mean?
It's
a desert,
I'll tell you this,
dude.
it is dark.
It's dark.
So, fun fact about Joshua Tree National Park, apparently at night it gets dark.
Well, no, I'm not kidding. I've never been somewhere where I cannot see something that's just like 12, 13 feet in front of me. It's just gone.
Everywhere, though, if you're not here or in a city.
It's everywhere if you close your eyes.
Yeah. This is just like Joshua Tree is the most LA nature you could possibly have. Yeah. Not that it's a bad thing.
It's not.
No judgment.
It's a
I'm just jealous because
place.
I've never been there.
Yeah.
I've never experienced the darkness.
I feel like you should experience the darkness.
You should come.
Total darkness.
No flashlights?
No flashlights.
No flashlights allowed? Okay.
Yep.
Even your phone doesn't work
100%
out there. It's so dark. Your phone. Will you try to turn your phone on?
It's so dark you can't see your screen.
It's pretty wild.
I can't remember what job it was. It's something data related, but basically Amazon has a few of these different types of things where they'll pay people hourly to like scrape the internet for like different types of data. Basically it's like a data scraping job that requires very basic human computational skills.
Imagine your resume and it's like data scraping 2013.
Oh man, it was very dystopian. I was looking at one time and reading about it, and I wish I could pull it up here now, but alas,
leave a comment down below if you
if you guys know what I'm talking about.
Have you or a loved one ever data scraped?
Or if you work in one of these jobs,
they're
probably not allowed to say it. They probably have to sign an NDA.
Here we go.
Well,
it's like a coal miner's profession,
like
just scraping.
As we know from doing these
AI
videos, all AI stuff still needs a human touch. So it's like, are they just hiring like puppet masters to like, oh, here's a cool topic, boop, and then just like. Like there must be some sort of authorship of a human going into that.
Like Sam is the puppet master.
Yes, exactly. Like they all have their own Sam. Every AI has its own Sam that it's tethered to.
They all have their own Sam.
Yeah.
And then they have to find someone to use their voice.
Oh, dude, survey junkie. Make $5 to $25 from home in your spare time the easy way. Try new products, give your opinion, and take part in focus groups.
I'm not kidding. When I was super, super broke, last week, and I'm kidding. I would Google like how to make money from home, but you don't even understand. I tried to do one of these surveys. It would pages. The survey was
so you did this.
About? Yeah,
it was so. I don't even think I finished it. Yeah. And you have to do like a certain amount to even start getting like even a tiny bit of money. I didn't end up finishing it because it was so long and extensive.
Yeah.
So $25 is probably like 48 hours of just doing straight surveys. I'm not even kidding.
Wait a minute, Jordan.
$1.
Let's go back. I wanted to get somebody from the comments to talk about this in the comments. We got somebody right here. All right,
bring her up on stage.
Take us through. How did you get to the point where you were taking surveys online?
I was broke. BROKE. Broke.
Yeah.
So, and then as one does, Google, you just go, how to make money, right? And literally
Google, tell me how to get the digibucks.
If you were to go into your Google search and go, how can I make money from home? Super quick. Surveys is always going to be like the top 3.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But what they don't tell you before you do your sign up and make a profile and everything is that they're going to be like 70-page long surveys. Jesus. I'm not even kidding.
I mean,
I don't even know.
Especially when you can just go down to the Americana and get $2 bills chucked at you by shop owners.
You know?
Like who would do that?
Just have an opinion.
I was just basking in the grass like a golden retriever and handed a $2 bill.
Incredible.
I've really come up from doing surveys online.
You gotta show me where
That's quite an increase of time. That's quite an increase of time to value right there.
Yeah,
indeed.
Yeah.
You know, for letting somebody make a survey or make a comment is basically like also taking a survey, but this one you don't even have to type the comment.
You don't have to do anything. Kind of just tells you the world we're living in. You know, when you try to make money, it ain't gonna happen. Yeah. But when you just sit there,
and when you sit
they
there,
just throw money in your face.
Got all the money in the world. They just throw it at your face, don't they?
So take that, America. You can do whatever you want to do.
I think what Jordan is trying to say is life finds its way with you, and your path will open if you are not just focused on money. Yeah.
That is the more Gandhi way to put it.
Yes.
But
well said.
Or if you're absolutely loaded, people will just give you free shit all the time.
Yeah, that's like so screwed up, by the way.
But they have to because they're walking puppets.
You mean like influencers?
It's the same thing with influencers.
Yeah, influencers,
you're
celebrities.
Free things so that you can then influence other people to buy them.
Yeah.
It makes
this happens every day at Corridor, guys, right?
Indeed it does, yes.
Okay.
It does. Yeah, I guess
it is what we do here.
But like
we do get free things all the time because people want us to promote them.
Because we have a following. It makes sense. Listen,
how things work.
Back in the day when we used to watch a Super Bowl ad, because we know this one person from this one show, or you're in the aisle.
Break it down, JC. Break it down.
Well Jordan can speak to this because you're like, if there's any influencer
I have
here,
a major in advertising and marketing.
Break it down for us.
You know, I mean, it's pretty simple, Nick.
Okay, all right.
listen.
Everyone would be doing
okay, take
it.
this. One of the biggest hit sitcoms. Jennifer Aniston, right?
Yes.
And then
that's her.
But that's all you know. We didn't have
Jennifer
social media back in the day. You can't just go look at a profile on Instagram. No, while you're in the aisle and you're looking for your Reese's cup before you check out at Walmart, and who's that on the front page of a magazine? It's Jennifer Aniston. I like
Jen right there.
Yeah, they do a little headline title: "Jen's pregnant" by Brad or by Seth Rogen. I don't know.
Right.
So I don't have time to look. Yeah. So I'm going to grab it because I care, because they made me want to care, because they hit me with the title.
It's like the original thumbnail clickbait advertising.
It is.
You care about people because they're doing things that you like, you know?
Or don't like.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, you broke up and you threw your kids on the street.
Yeah. People used to buy these magazines. Gossip magazines.
Yeah, they still do.
So now the concept of us buying something because someone is promoting it on Instagram is like not even like crazy to me, considering what we used to do.
Do you think that influencers have decreased the value of a celebrity when it comes to influencing? Do you think it's like, it's kind of, I guess, like we're talking inflation. Do you think there's influence inflation?
It's all dependent on the brand.
Has there been influence inflation?
Influenceation?
Influencation.
We'll get there. We'll workshop it. Next time.
It depends.
It's a good temp.
Not every influencer can promote every brand. You know, not every celebrity can promote every brand. Also, it still has to resonate with that person and their personality in order to promote it. That's what they do on Instagram.
There's tiers to celebrities too, you know?
Yeah.
You got
organic as possible.
You got your whole alphabet of celebrities.
That's true.
Yeah.
I wonder where YouTubers fall into that alphabet. I feel like we're around like F.
F.
Well, that's what I'm
what
saying.
What do you mean though? And on scale of what?
I feel like what I'm saying is
A-list, B-list, C-list.
Maybe
I don't think you can judge it by platform, really. I think it's like
the
quality of the influence, you know?
That's true. Yeah.
But what do you mean? Like A-listers get this and YouTubers get this?
What's Logan Paul? Because that guy, he has influence, right? He's like, if you're just to talk to someone who doesn't watch YouTube and say like, name a YouTuber, they'd be like Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Everyone hates on Logan because
I'm not hating. I'm just saying
he's the one that's been boxing,
he is who he is. But
in
terms of I'd say the quality of influence on his audience is like it's very impactful.
He knows
A-list influence.
I don't know if he would.
I would say he's a top tier influencer.
It is, yeah. It's definitely
like
up
he could
there.
be B-list.
And obviously
in the world
he's kind of faded from the limelight as much as as he's gotten more solidified in who he wants to be, and all that stuff. I think a lot of people go through that where they'll hit popularity height, and then they'll sort of like figure out where they want to be and how they want to be and all that stuff. And
they definitely go through lulls.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people become more popular when there's either like a scandal or they're trying to find out who they are, like Jake said. Like Miley Cyrus.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when she like left Disney Channel and then she started doing all this like twerking and like tongue out and all this, and she was just like on every news article.
It was the cringy time in America.
But now that she's just doing normal stuff, you don't really hear of her like that anymore.
It's funny how that works.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's all a big PR stunt.
No.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's all a big PR stunt. I mean, there's definitely something to like teen angst that when people act out, especially when they're like in their late teens and early 20s, that's a real thing. Yeah. And if you get somebody that's already popular at that time, then, it's a very volatile combination of influences on their life, and then the influences go back out, and then all of a sudden, what do you do?
It's so shitty that they do that to kids, Even just take someone like just Bieber, anyone that is just trying to find out who they are and they're in the limelight and in constant scrutiny. Imagine if you had a constant camera on you trying to figure out life and you just do something wrong.
Yeah.
You would just get a slap on the ass from your parent. But now it's on, if you're Bieber or Miley, it's on the front page of a magazine.
No,
that's crazy.
Definitely a real thing, though. I don't know if that has been different throughout human history. Like you think about people that were in high society replacing that, children being like, my father died and I'm the Duke of York. What do? I don't like one misintroduction or like, forgot so-and-so's name or didn't dance with so-and-so at the big ball. And then all of a sudden it's a scandal, I mean, that pressure, I don't know. I don't know why people do that though. It's true. Humans are always putting unnecessary amounts of pressure on people. I think it's because we project our own desires for the youth onto those people. Sure, and then when they let us down, we get upset.
And we end up holding them to a higher standard just because of what they've done a couple of times, some of their talents.
Yeah. It's like you're an actor. Well, you should never do
it's
this.
funny. I mean, actors in
ancient
antiquity, actors were the dregs of society, like actors were not respected people for so long. It's only recently.
Not until the big screen, guys.
Yeah, no, honestly, it's like very interesting to hear, like, acting was kind of a shameful, line of work to be in,
right.
Even though you'd get these amazing, amphitheaters built and everyone would come. It was still like people loved them when they were on stage, but like then, I mean, you would get kind of celebrities and like poets, and musicians,
but it's like gladiators where they were still slaves.
Yeah, but you're just there for the entertainment.
Yeah, honestly, but you bring it up, a good point. Gladiators are the closest things we have to, or they had to the modern celebrity.
Yeah,
win the crowd, win your freedom.
Yeah, dude, I want to watch that movie again. That movie's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Not that it's historically accurate, really. But whatever.
It's got elements of historical accuracy and fiction.
What
is ancient Rome anyway?
Yeah, I don't know.
Dude,
I've never been.
There's a TikToker who's been going viral recently, and she's saying that ancient Rome didn't exist at all. That it's like it's a patriarchy like
Dude,
like
is
story.
Is it intentional? She's saying that intentionally.
I don't know if she's just like pulling a really good troll on the whole history community, or if she's just really like.
Could you please show us?
Yeah. I mean, you can literally just look up like. This was like a couple months ago, it reached its peak, and all the big history YouTubers have like responded and like did their own debunking things. So it's really fun to watch. But
debunking whether or not ancient Rome existed.
Yeah. Like the most documented ancient society. Like we have so much evidence for it.
This girl?
Yeah, that's her. Yeah. It's just so silly. I love all the theories on the internet. It's just
ask her to say one sentence and then point out how many words in that sentence are derived from the language that ancient Rome popularized. And
she'd have all the answers. Yeah. Well, she would just say, "Well, Jake, why did the Romans speak Greek if they were Roman?" And that's about the level of her like intellect on the subject. Anyway,
yeah,
I just find it funny. That was just. I don't know how we got from Justin Bieber to that.
No. So is that an A tier influence, or is that like a low tier influence?
Is what? Wait,
for the amount of people that are on freaking TikTok, I don't even know
anymore. The quality of that.
Well, I feel like if you take who's the biggest TikToker right now? Who's like a big one?
I can give you the names. They end up on like Jimmy Kimmel and Ellen and everything.
Exactly. So like their influence is now A tier, right? They would be A-list influencers.
If they're on talk
Mark Ruffalo, is he lower than that? Like
it's all blended together, man.
There's different types of like A-lists now.
Weird.
I don't know who makes the list. Who decides?
Who's like,
making these deal with this?
AI blogs are making these lists.
Yes. Yeah, AI blogs make the list.
Leonardo DiCaprio is
a list.
He's an A-list. Yeah.
He's well established. I think it's like directly related to like the value of your influence too.
Can I Google that?
Going back to money here.
The A-list.
It's like what can your influence yield monetarily for like a brand?
This whole conversation came out of the concept of people getting free things for how much quote influence they have.
Sure.
Which the more that you can only say that word so many times in like a given hour before you start to feel nauseous.
Get over it.
I'm like halfway there.
Yeah. Well, that's.
But I don't know, man.
The world is
I guess if
a fair place.
If people find
it's not fair. Sorry, tough.
No. The world will never be fair.
What else can you say about it? It's like
no matter how we try to manipulate it. But that doesn't mean we can't be fair to each other.
That's true.
Yep.
And that brings us to our sponsor for today.
Yeah, it does actually. We don't have a sponsor.
We don't have a sponsor.
You just said that.
It was a joke.
But if you guys are interested, you get 15% off if you sign up for CorridorDigital.com. So we got that going for us.
Ooh, true.
I do have this. Listen, an A-list actor is a major movie star or one of the most bankable actors in the Hollywood film industry. Technically, you can't be A-list unless you're, I think, in a film.
That's what this is. An AI article, though, Jordan?
No.
Technically.
It's American entertainment journalist James Ulmer, the guide's creator, has also developed a version including directors.
Jordan, I don't know how to break this to you. But there's no true definition of an A-lister.
Yeah, I will say that this is also Wikipedia.
Right.
Hey, I mean, but
it's all made up.
But I mean,
I think you are right though. It's like the bankability, like how much money can they bring in, is what makes you on the A-list. Because the whole town's about money.
It's all about money.
If you put your face on it, will they come?
Exactly.
The world's about money.
And there are many influencers where that isn't a thing. Like people are like really niche influencers. Like you can't just sell anything to your fans, but I feel like an A-list Hollywood actor could do anything. And there's a small amount of their fans, but still a huge number of them that would buy it. So that's like bankability.
I would just call those people like creators and like,
But that's what they all are now. Influencers are creators. Yeah. They're just creating different things. Because actors aren't creators.
No, it's...
They're creating
actors
are
creators.
I feel
it's too much, guys. It's all blended together.
Emotions.
We're over influencing Jake right now with
what do actors create exactly?
You guys are over influencing the shit out of me.
It's a craft, it's an art, but they're not
They create the performance. They can
create an experience, but you have the screenplay, you have director, you have
but the actor. If you're just an actor, what do you?
I think it's a craft.
You create a connection with an audience.
You can't create a craft.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They're not actors.
You can't breathe the breath of life into a character's soul, Jordan,
yes,
without
you can.
being an actor.
Right. But are you labeled a creator as an actor? A creator?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But influencers have to create content, and that's what they're labeled creators.
Right. Okay. I got you. I think I know where you're going with this.
I think these terms become relevant to be defined when the terms themselves become necessary for economic use. I don't know if they've reached that level yet, determining between a creator, influencer, actor.
It all goes like this now.
It's all exactly.
It all literally goes like
You're
this.
totally right. It's all
like a little bit of everything.
It's like, why do we even need a term? Let's just make up a new word for it. What's it going to be?
People.
Because you still need to be able to
create
human.
Creator and influencer are the words, I suppose.
At the end of the day,
God forbid if you can't just differentiate people or like label people. That's what people still need. They still need labels. So it's like then you can't go too far. It's like we're always going to be screwed.
How do we box up this? How do we box up this person into a word so that we can sell things against it?
Yeah,
don't you know?
Birdman is actually perfect. Like
Lil Wayne, like the rapper.
Birdman, no, the movie Birdman. It's like one of its themes in that movie is that like selling of a human. Like what is it?
Yeah, it took me a while to like.
That movie's awesome.
To figure out where to place that. You know, because all the brand integrations that we do and that I do, took me a while to figure out how to understand them, be comfortable with how, we were going to take part in that and its functionality to the rest of our like business and what it was serving and stuff like that. It was tough because I remember the first time I started to understand the concept of when advertisers come to you, oftentimes they'll say like, hey, what's your guys' inventory?
Yeah.
If I asked you that, what would it mean to you? Well, hey, what's your inventory this season, this quarter?
Oh gosh, I
would just give you all my stats.
Your stats.
I would say that too. That's what I'm going with that one.
This is what I bring in. This is what I do here.
So it's literally what they're asking you is how many videos do you guys have?
Yeah.
That we can sell ads into or set what they say it's against.
Sure.
But they don't look at the video library as like a library of video content. They look at it as an inventory for availability of placing advertisement. And that's necessary to a certain extent when like the where it goes doesn't necessarily matter and you're looking at it purely from like a monetary spend point of view. But it also like shows you how the content is viewed in general by, non-viewers, but and so it took me a while to, I guess, be okay with even using those words because I rejected them for a long time.
I feel you too because it like kind of feels soulless in a way, whereas like we as creators have always like loved the stuff that we make and don't consider it as like a product.
They boil it down to a unit of inventory.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you think a celebrity feels when they don't have a whole company that they're representing? It's just like their actual person.
Yeah.
And they're constantly just being dehumanized and treated as a product.
And then your whole name becomes that unit of measurement.
You just become an absolute unit.
Yeah.
Then every single thing you do is scrutinized as a business and a professional stance.
Yeah, it's certainly a catch-22. I mean, like I think anybody who reaches like high levels of famedom obviously seeks that out to some certain extent, typically. So the double-edged sword of that is then your name is now directly associated with something that's like associated as a product or as a brand. Yeah. And that cuts both ways.
It's scary.
Yeah.
That's scary, all right. Scary stories, baby.
Scary story number 4. That's it right there.
Wow.
It's spooky.
Scary story number 4 is just like celebrity and society. And
yeah, it's just the world we live in. It's just scary in general.
All right, final thoughts. Final thoughts of the podcast. Jordan, be real with us. How's this green screen build going? Is this thing going to be functional for what we need it for? Can you explain to people what we're doing?
Is it a green screen or a green scream?
Because it's spooky.
Hey, because it's the spooky cast.
Actually, because for the theme of Green Screen Week, I did have Shrek on while we were doing it today.
Which is very funny, by the way. Nice
what I heard.
Oh, that's why you're watching Shrek. I was wondering
no,
about
actually,
that.
I started watching it last night before bed, and so I put it on.
You're like, let's put some green on the screen.
Green on the screen, baby.
No, but the green screen is coming along well. Me and C-Mike, we tested out how to do the psych today, multiple different ways with different bits of paper.
What's a psych?
A lot of measurements. Okay, for those of you tuning in, a psych is okay. So we have a flat wall, right, and then we have a floor, 90-degree angle. A psych is going to go from one wall and it has to go to the floor, but it's going to create a little
without creating a hard line that can get caught on the green screen.
Yeah, and we want to try to eliminate
it's those
shadows.
little ramps you see in the corners of green screens. It basically allows light to reflect off of it evenly, which gives the background no horizon.
Yeah.
Looks like if you went to a skate park and you go up, and down.
Can I ask a question to you, Jake, that I have not asked, but it's a legitimate question about the what we're doing over there? Why are we building a wood psych instead of a?
Because we want to be able to move it.
You can move them. You can make them in pieces and put them up. My dad has done this every time he's had a studio. My dad is a photographer. If you didn't know, he's always made wood psychs. They're a lot more durable. You don't accidentally step on them and punch through them. You don't deal with wrinkles and the weird stuff that happens when you tape stuff.
Wait,
we should get some Papa tips from your dad, dude.
Yeah, my dad is very knowledgeable.
I have a
about
question.
This stuff.
With the wood psych to the wall, does he make it super thin so it's nice and flush to the wall?
What's that? Yeah. It becomes super flush, and you can actually
sand
put
it
you sand it. Yeah, you sand it and make it super flush, so you don't deal with the weird tape shadows and stuff like that.
I think eventually we should look into a solution.
So here's the real reason why we didn't do that. The real reason why we didn't do that is just simply because time right now, and then also carpentry ability right now.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to. I maybe Nat has this ability, but to build a quarter ramp like that, it does require a little bit of carpentry understanding, carpentry knowledge and skill, which, no offense, Jordan, but you're still learning that stuff.
No, I would have immediately hired
I think
someone.
if we just relied on you to build a perfectly 90-degree psych, that probably wouldn't turn out the greatest.
Well, because we need like 25 feet of this.
The other thing is the length of it, and then also if we do move it and we don't want it there, where do we put it? So there was a few, because space comes at such a premium in the studio, and also we knew that we could very easily roll out those large rolls of paper and they would be functional for what we needed. It was kind of a factor of all those things.
Okay.
Also, I didn't know how long it was going to take Natalie to do the props. So I didn't want to commit her to carpentry as well and throw that on her plate too, because I was worried that we were going to get the props done in time. So then it's like, okay, now we're hiring out a set carpenter to come in.
Now we're a studio.
Now it's getting
now
serious.
It's real.
Yeah, but we had to make a call,
eventually.
and I still feel like that's something we could do for that wall, and I think we're moving in that direction.
Yeah.
But just for right now, the best solution seemed to be, let's just do the temporary paper rolls, obviously with the inherent flaws that those have. But I'd like to do that eventually, is do a proper.
I do think the paper
psych.
will be fine because of where the actors have to stand on the green screen anyways for lighting purposes. They're not even going to be close to the wall.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like if they find themselves getting back there to where they would step on the paper, that's where they're not supposed to be anyways because of just lighting purposes. So, and like you said, the space issue, literally the way we're going to lay it out, it could just roll back up and we still have all of that space.
Snoop has a really nice green screen.
Oh yes, he does. We saw that. We saw that one.
He's got a big old warehouse. It's
that thing is awesome.
Dude, that guy's full of green screen tips. Like,
he's got a lot of green. He just wouldn't stop
talking about it. Yeah,
he did. Yeah, he loves green.
Yeah, well, he does.
He's got the green. Well, he's got the green while he's on the green. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Should we just go use his green
behind the green and in front of the green?
No, I don't know what you mean. No, dude. Honestly, I'm just happy we have a green screen now. Like that.
But hey,
it feels like a film studio now, you know?
Hell yeah.
And the I was very impressed, Jordan, with the way that you guys were able to get it so smooth when you sanded it. I didn't think that would pay as many dividends, but then after the 2 coats of paint and how like nicely it's just diffusing the light, that's starting to feel like professional level wall right there.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Looks really nice.
Mm-hmm. Thanks,
Next step, carpentry.
Next step, carpentry.
Yeah. So it really just comes down to, you got to basically take a bunch of triangular pieces of wood and then cut them all out at the exact same angle. And then find, like an 1/8 inch plywood or a 1/4 inch plywood, probably 1/8 inch, and then just bend it onto there.
Yep. Yeah, it's like a bend wood kind of deal for the psych. Yeah.
I feel like that's like maybe next season of Son of a Dungeon.
Yeah. I feel like we can do that
after we get
for
our
season
storage
3.
unit. Right, Jake?
Unit.
And, then you have the opportunity to see how much we'll use it the rest of the year,
Yeah.
And the whole idea behind this show is we just continue to make it better each season, each time we go through the cycle of creating it. Like we apply what we learned and we make it a little bit better each time. And by the time we get to season 3, 4, 5, like, it's going to be, it's not even going to look like season 1 in terms of its quality.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
It's going to be crazy.
Yeah. We're talking about Son of a Dungeon, by the way. I don't know if people picked up on that, but
the old Son of a Dungeon on the website.
Yeah.
Have you heard of it?
Ever heard of it?
Heard of CorridorDigital.com?
CorridorDigital.com. All right.
Can we please make
does
it
anyone
for
have any last minute facts?
Yeah, I
for,
do actually.
Hit us with
Joshua
some of those,
Tree.
I'm going to leave you with one last sick Joshua Tree fact here. Number 10.
Okay, here we go.
The town of Joshua Tree has some pretty funky sculptures. All right, guys, have a good one. See you next week. Yeah.
Nice. Funky sculptures.
Wait, was that it, really?
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Funky sculptures.
What, your mind isn't blown?
Oh, man. All right. I'm going to make up facts about Joshua Tree, okay? Ready?
All right.
I'm ready.
Okay.
I got to find the right chord for this.
Find the Joshua Tree chord. Oh, that's it right there.
Oh, yeah.
Joshua's chords.
Oozes Josh.
Oozes, yeah. It's just like Peaky Blinders.
Joshua, 2 things about him we know. He likes chords and he likes trees.
That sounds
In Joshua Tree, you can find a mouse. In Joshua Tree, there aren't any houses. Gosh, I can't play at this 3/4 timing. In Joshua Tree, you can find a mouse. In Joshua Tree, there aren't a house. In Joshua Tree, there's the ghost of an old man. He's gonna take you to the promised land. Ooh. He stole Matt's soul, then he came on back. He sounded like a cougar, in fact.
Ooh. Was the man the whole time?
That's some
Joshua
great improv.
Tree, guys. Thanks. I think the AI articles were the best form of improv in this podcast.
They improv themselves over there.
Dude, just make a whole AI band where everything is AI generated.
Yeah.
Yet you have to play it.
Oh, yeah. That would be fun, actually. Make all the lyrics to a
Next
song.
time.
I think we've tried that
All right,
before.
everybody. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And we'll see you right here back next week on the CorridorCast. Take care of yourselves.
Are we going to let's fly away?
Bye.
Time to fly.
We're going to fly away. Okay, here. Here's a fly away song.
Add buzz sounds.
Add buzz sounds.
Yeah. Ready? Add buzz sounds.
Wow. Wow. This is, I hope this is the whole outro right here.
I hope so too. It will be. It is.
And that's a cut.
And
And that's a cat. And
that's a